Welcome to City League Sports, the show where we chop it up about all things the past, the present, and the future of City League athletics. We have some Bulldogs in the studio here today. We got head coach Yates in the house. He's joined by students Damon Griffin and Da'Shawn Simmons. I'm your host, Dr. Vince Clarino. We're going to get into some stories. We're going to start with you. You the oldest here. You the junior. Say hello to everybody. Say your name and say hello.
Hey, what's up with everybody?
You got to say your name. Say who you are, man.
Da'Shawn Simmons.
Da'Shawn Simmons. What's up, everybody? How are you? Good morning. Go ahead, young fella.
What's up,
sophomore. We got a sophomore in the house here. Right? Isn't that what you told me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, go ahead. Say your name. Say hello to everybody.
Hello, y'all. I'm Damon Griffin, sophomore at South High School.
I'm Damon Griffin. I'm a sophomore. You got some low talkers here. We're gonna get you guys going here. Coach Yates, man, show everybody some love.
They're real cool. I'm George Yates II, fifth-year head coach at South. I also coach girls bowling and baseball over at South. Morning, everybody.
Look, he's saying good morning. So you know what? So here's the beauty, right? George W. Yates II. He says his full name for us, everybody.
Well, there are three of us.
There's three of you. Yes, indeed. I'm aware of that. Yes, indeed. You got one running around inside your house. But which you know we'll get into. But more importantly, we got you all here, some football players having, you're a part of some special stuff that's going on at South High School. And Coach, we'll start with you. You seem to be the most talkative right now. We're gonna get everybody getting a chance to hear from you. You're how long have you been the head football coach? Where does it begin with your coaching tenure? Not your connection to South. We're gonna get to that here shortly. I see you trying to read my notes. I'm gonna turn my notes over so I keep you focused on the question. Talk about your coaching time at South, how long you've been in the role, and just kind of where you see the program at right now. I think everybody would love to hear that. It's like a status check. It's a pulse check right now.
Yeah, I did a 7-year stint when I started in 2005, left and headed to West, came back as the head coach in 2018. So we just completed year 5. 5 straight winning seasons, the best 5-year run in school history.
Nice.
A lot of accomplishments in terms of like scoring output, defensive.
So these guys only know winning.
Yeah, they've never experienced anything.
These guys only know winning.
They've never had to suffer some of the ways that we suffered in that first 7 years, or even in the time I was at South. So, yeah, they've only known success, but that's it's a testament to them and the guys that came before them. Certainly,
I mean, so now I'm going to come to you, elder statesman here. You're a junior at the school. Da'Shawn, you've been playing. Have you been playing all 3 years?
Yes, sir.
So you've been playing?
No, I started my sophomore year.
Okay, last year was your first year.
Yes, sir.
So you tell me, what's it like being a Bulldog right now? Being on the top of the mountain.
I mean, it feels good. Feel me? We had a good run last year. Feel me? And then I just want to keep it up for the next few years.
Okay.
On to my senior year.
Okay. Are you one of the captains?
No, but I can be.
Okay.
I just want to keep it real. Like I was doing some little stuff. I mean, coming to practice
Scoot in a little bit for us.
I was coming to practice late, so, like, I didn't deserve the captain spot. But next year, I'm going to be on that since I'm going to be a senior.
Okay. I mean, hey, I love your honesty, and I think our listeners will love the honesty because here's the thing. Part of what takes place on our show, we give a little bit of love to everything. So there's growth here, right? And we want listeners to be able to tune in, whether you're a middle school kid, whether you're someone's parent, another coach, a past player. We want everybody to listen in and be able to take something away. Your honesty says more than a lot of character for a lot of young people. Typically, they try to hide their weaknesses. They don't want to come out and be forthright. For you to say, hey, look, I wasn't where I needed to be a captain, that says a lot about leadership in itself. Right. And so I'm excited to see where you take it then from here. Now, tell us, what position did you play? Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I play quarterback and receiver and safety, and I really like them positions.
Okay. Hey, listeners, so we got 2 group of folks here. We got those listening on the radio and those that can see us live. You might be the most serious person we've had on the show, man. I'm trying hard.
I'm trying to be for real. Like,
I know. Yes, indeed. I want you to be for real. I'm even going to give you a fist pump. I want everybody to see me give you a fist pump. I did that like kind of jokingly. So listeners, here's something that you can't see. And even our viewers. when they came in and I'm meeting this young man officially for the first time, he's got these huge hands. He's got these big paws on the end of his hands there. No wonder you're the quarterback, right? And so I know you out there spinning that thing. So we'll turn to you, young man. Tell us a little bit about yourself. Tell us a little bit about what you do on the football field, those types of things. Tell us, share some love with what you got going on out there.
I'm the quarterback for South High School. He's the receiver. Wait, ask me that again.
Just tell me a little bit about how things are going for you over there at South High School. Like I said, you all only know. So there's a group of people who will be listening to this show, who are former South High School graduates, alumni, walking around the city. And they can remember times when South High School football was really not that good. So every school kind of has its ups and downs, right? And so you all are right now a part of the up. So just share with us a little bit about what's going on. Give somebody who graduated in 2011, 2012, 13, 95, right? Whatever year when maybe South wasn't doing so well, let them enjoy in some of the success. You the quarterback, let them share in some of your success. Tell us what's going on inside South High School's program for football right now.
We've been working hard, trying to stay focused on winning for sure. And,
Okay.
In the study film room. Weightlifting.
Who goes over the film when y'all are in the film room? Does Coach Yates do that? Is
Coach
he?
Yates.
Is Coach Yates
together?
No, I'm talking about who's breaking down. What coach is leading the film? Is it Coach Yates leading the film?
Yeah,
Okay.
We split it up, and then we have like a defensive side to like where Coach Bowling do his defense and go over their plays and stuff like that.
Okay.
Prepare us for the game. But yeah, we've been focused on weightlifting a lot and nutrition, trying to get stronger.
Weightlifting and nutrition. I love it. So you guys get down in the weight room. I mean, is that part of your weekly routine, Coach, or is that part of in season, preseason? Tell us when that comes into play.
Once upon a well, it's huge in the lead up to the season. If you're talking about winter, spring, summer, but then we had even gotten to a point where we were breaking it up and lifting every day and just focusing on different groups. So we would go in and hit it quick. You know, because you don't want to get mired in that, hey, I'm lifting one day a week type thing. We didn't like that. We didn't like what it was doing for us. So we switched it up a little bit. And near the end, we were lifting every day.
Well, and you know, and sports lifting is a lot about just strength. It's not about definition, you know. So like, you know, there are those out there, bodybuilders, right? They're building for definition. They want to look in front of a mirror and look strong. Doesn't necessarily mean you are strong per se, right?
It's the difference between show muscles and do muscles.
Yeah,
we need do muscles.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
That operate.
That perform, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So Coach, you shared with us recently here this morning, and I think you're probably a better voice than mine. You shared with us some of the stats that these young fellas put up this season, stats about the school. Like you said, you know, the winning this program, 5-year stretch. So share me a little bit, brag on these guys a little bit. Tell everybody how special these two are.
So in everything that we've done as a team, these guys have been a huge chunk of that. Damon is over 2,200 all-purpose yards, 31 touchdowns, and Da'Shawn clocks in at over 1,000 all-purpose yards and another 9 touchdowns. They represent 82% of our scoring this year.
Right. So hold on, you might be giving up too many of your secrets, right? Because if I'm playing against South High School, I got to find a way to stop these two, and then I can maybe get a win, or better yet, they can't be stopped. Will you tell me which one is it?
They got friends.
They got friends.
You don't want to lose track of some of those other guys we have out there. You don't want to lose track of Deshaun Pollard or Maurice McCall or Savon Taylor or any of those guys. Donovan King caught a huge touchdown pass against Marion Franklin. Okay. So the moment you get too mired in thinking about what these two guys are doing,
somebody else can pop up. Yeah. Okay. And that's part of it. So now let's speak a little bit about team. You share with me. We'll turn to you. Share with me on the team. How do you see the gel? How do you see things going at South? I understand you maybe play multiple sports. So just tell me what's the energy like? What's the culture like for sports at South High School right now?
Oh, it's good. Like, everybody come together, work as a team. You know, we all got a good bond on and off the field. Okay. You know? And it's just stuff like that.
Do you all feel like leaders in the school as being athletes? Can you see that? Yeah. Do you see yourself being part of the leadership at school? I mean, you got such a baby face, listeners. We got a quarterback over here. You could pass to be in the middle school, and hey, you're gonna love that when you get older. Don't be upset with that comment right now. Trust me. When you're 16 years old, 15 years old, starting quarterback. I mean, you know what I mean. You got a lot going on, but do you feel like a leader at the school?
Yeah, even though I'm young, my coaches tell me that I always had like a leader mentality, always pushing my team.
Okay. So share with me a little bit about how you got involved in playing on the team. I understand that's a little bit of a unique story here.
I was playing basketball, and then I was like at a basketball practice, and my coach, I seen Coach Yates. I wanted to play football, but I ain't want to play for real. So then Yates was telling me how he got all this stuff waiting on me.
Okay.
I ended up playing, but I ended up getting hurt. Then the next year came, I was starting quarterback, playing safety too.
So started as a freshman, or you confused me. You started as a freshman, or you started this year your first year?
I was starting basketball as a freshman, but football, I only...
So you a super athlete then. Coach Spears started you as a freshman in basketball. Am I hearing that correctly? I want all the listeners
correct.
here. Am I hearing that correctly?
Definitely hearing that correctly.
Wow. Okay. So Coach Yates sees you and says, "Let's get you out on the football field." Did you play youth football as a kid growing up?
Yeah, I've been playing since a kid.
Oh, who'd you play for?
I played for the...
You can show them some love, man. That's what we do here. We show people love here.
I went to Eagles, Westmount Stars, and then I went to Whitehall and played for a couple years.
Okay. So you know the game then.
Yeah.
I mean, you know the game. Coach recruits you, says, "Hey, look, come be the quarterback." And then this is your first full season starting that you just had?
Yeah.
Sophomore year?
Yep.
And you balled out, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now, like, you know, we're talking about you all being a part of a winning program, but you all also have, each one of you have some unique connections to South High School, from what I'm understanding, whether it be parents, siblings, yourself. So Da'Shawn, we'll start with you. Tell me about your connection to South High School and just, you know, being there, and does it feel like home to you?
Yeah, it feel like home. I've been living out South all my life. So like going to South, it was just like, and plus I know everybody from the neighborhood go there.
Okay.
I just like the environment about the school.
Do you have any connections besides living in the South there? I mean, did your parents go to South? Did your siblings? Do you have anybody that went to South that you know? Give me your connection with.
My mom and my dad went to South.
Your mom and your dad went to South. Okay.
Like they was different age groups, so
okay.
Different. But yeah, they both went to South. So then I just went there, just carried on their legacy.
Nice.
Oh yeah, and my brother Daquan. Yeah, shout out my brother Daquan.
There you go. So your parents went to South. So you all in a Bulldog. You all in, right? You South Side Bulldog.
Yeah, but my dad switched schools though.
Okay.
Indy.
Oh, left Columbus, Ohio when he moved away.
No, Independence.
Independence. I'm sorry. Yeah. Okay, well that's all right. But he still got that Bulldog in him, right?
A little bit. He don't really like. For me, he don't really like South like that.
Okay, well you'll win him over. Your success will win him over.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed. We'll turn to you, quarterback. Tell us a little bit about your connections to South.
Yeah, my parents grew up on the South Side, and they came from South too as well. Even though my big cousins went to Walnut Ridge when I grew up.
Okay, you got some family that went to Walnut Ridge.
Yeah.
Okay. And then, Coach, we'll turn to you, man. Like, I mean, I know your story, but let the listeners hear a little bit about your story.
Graduated from South in '99. Came back holding a camera and coaching quarterbacks in '05, and that's kind of where my coaching career began. I walked into South the first time in 1995 as a freshman, and you know that's when I walk out of there. Hopefully, it's at my retirement party, and you know I do the whole time there.
Nice. Yeah. I mean, you've dedicated a lot to South High School. You've put your name on the line time and time again. You've gone out and you've asked the community to get involved and share their love and their resources with these young people that you're over there coaching and mentoring. Just give everyone a little bit about your vision, your plan for what where you're currently at and what you would like to see the athletics, at least that you're involved with, become.
Sure. I think resources is the key word there. You have to have the money to buy the equipment you need, and to, you know, whether that's the equipment we wear on the field or the equipment we use at practice. We have a donor group, Kelly's the Baumans, Jim and Viv Williams. You know, we have a fantastic donor group that makes sure that I think it's safe to say we want for nothing at South. You know,
okay,
we got a locker room renovation.
Yeah.
Equipment's not a problem. There's something else major coming in the spring. Be on the lookout for that.
Okay.
But yeah, it's hard to make something elite when you don't have elite resources.
Okay.
And our donor group and those folks have been fantastic to us, and they've made it very easy to operate a top tier football program.
Well, you know, and here's the thing, and I don't know if everyone knows this or if everyone understands. South High School is like one of the oldest high schools in the state of Ohio, not just in Central Ohio. I mean, like, you're talking about back when there was maybe 20 schools across the entire state, right? South High School was one of them. And the reason why I share that is because the Alumni Association is large, right? I mean, like, you got 100 years of graduates.
Yeah.
And I can remember when I was working at South, many moons ago, and I would meet people, third and fourth generation kids. Like, you got second generation young guys here, but like you said, you graduated from South, and everyone here has their own kind of unique space and connection to South. Now, I know you said you coach some other sports, but we won't get into the other sports that you coach. But I do understand these young fellas here are multiple sport athletes, right? And so we talked a little bit about you doing some basketball. So share with us, just being a multiple sport student. Are you just after school all the time, or is that your thing? You just playing every season?
Man, it feel like that. I ain't never got no break. Always, it's either basketball, football, or AAU. I'm probably about to run track this year too. So
nice. Okay. Sport. Okay. Do you enjoy that though? Because I wasn't sure if you were saying that as a burden or as a blessing.
No, I do enjoy that a lot because it keep me out the way, keep me out of trouble and stuff like that.
Nice. Okay. I mean, and plus, let me share this with, and I've shared this multiple times on our show, but I want you all to hear it, and I want all young people to hear that any chance you can get to be involved in school and have an opportunity to have another caring adult. All coaches are different. But all of them care, in my opinion, right? Like at the end of the day, they still care about you. And to have another caring adult who's got an extra set of eyes on you in the hallway and what you're doing and caring about your life, that's important. So you share with me, what else do you play? What other sports are you involved in?
I play basketball too, and I did track too.
Okay, and is that your plan this school year?
Well, playing basketball?
Yeah, is it your plan to continue to be a multiple sports student?
Yes, sir. I think about doing track. I don't know about basketball.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't think. Did you play last year?
No, sir.
No. Okay. So you haven't done any basketball yet?
No, sir. But I did my sophomore year.
Okay.
That was it.
Okay. And so I have a feeling coach is probably going to try to get you back out there. You know what? You don't want to lose out on guys that can get up and down and get it done, right?
No, not at all.
Yeah. So, Coach, you were telling us a little bit about the support. What is it that you expect? What are you asking for from your student athletes? What are you asking for asking from them to be successful and to be a part of all your heart? Because you give a lot of time. I know this. I know you give a lot, right? You do all these things and you're trying to make this experience a great one for the young people that participate. What are you asking them to give? What's their give? What do they have to come to the table with?
We probably put it 1,000 different ways, and there are a lot of platitudes and sayings that get thrown out. But I think something that's always stuck with me is something I heard Satch Sullinger say: be where you're supposed to be, when you're supposed to be there, doing what you're supposed to be doing. And if you can do those three things, it gets real easy. Okay. And when it comes to, if we're on the line running or whatever, you get an opportunity to make an effort, make the effort.
Yeah.
Don't go halfway. So we press our guys pretty hard, and it gets tough at times, but it's easy to be lazy.
Yeah. Oh, it's very easy to be lazy. Lazy is comfortable. It feels nice.
But you can't be lazy and great. So.
No, you can. You cannot be lazy and great. Everyone, that's spot on. But so you're asking them to be where they're supposed to be, when they're supposed to be. They're doing what they're supposed to do, and so I get that. But then. When you're giving all that you give, is it like what's the special sauce then to be successful at South High School? Because you guys have been successful on the field, you're competitive. It can't just be as simple as be where you need to be when you need to be there and doing what you're supposed to do. It can't be that, or is it that simple?
That is a simplification of something that, because I spend so much time at the school, I'm frank with them. There are days that I'm not going to want to be there. There are days that I'm going to be sick. I'm going to be tired, and you got to push through those days because every day is not, butterflies and rainbows.
Right.
You got to
shout out to your family too. I always like to give love and shout out to our families. I don't think most people understand and I'm not speaking to the young guys right now, but I don't think most people understand on the side of an individual working in a school system, how much time you give away from your family to help everything work and be like I mean, from principals on down, principals and coaches and everyone, like everyone gives a lot of time. So shout out to your family and their blessings to help you be able to be this catalyst for these young people's growth and development. But so now if I'm a middle school kid, I'm at South High School, I want to play football at South. Tell me what I need to know, Coach.
Get your final forms done.
Get your get your paperwork done.
It's pretty easy to pick up on our culture and our expectations. There's a place for everybody in our program, regardless of your talent level. You know, if you want it, you will have it. But I'll say our program strives to be elite in every realm, whether that be the things that teenagers care about, you know, the uniforms and the music and then the environment and sort of the feel of the program.
Is that what they're doing? They got the music going in the locker room. They get going
at all times.
Yes, indeed.
Like they'll have the music going for study table. These dudes, it's different. But then on the other end, you go put together an elite culture, what the expectations are, and what's going to make us great as human beings. You put together an elite coaching staff, and you look up and down our staff. They're elite guys, elite human beings coaching our guys, and football strategy is obviously there. And the results are shown on the field. What's not to have at South? Like if you're choosing a high school as an 8th grader, you know, come get it, right? We're the one.
Yeah, we're the one. And so now I'm going to turn to them because I want to hear from you all, right? This is your chance. You get to speak freely. Coach is here. If he tries to jump, I'll get to hold him back for you, right? Are y'all working hard, man? Come on, give it up. You tell me what's a tough day look like? You either one of you, who wants to go first? What's a tough day feel like or look like at South High School?
Man, it do get rough at South.
Very
especially
rough, man.
In the cold weather. He got you running hundreds in the cold.
In the rain. Oh my gosh.
All that.
Isn't football played in the rain?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I just wanted to make sure. Oh, no, I'm messing with you guys. So you're working hard. You're out there getting it done. I mean, from the challenges, the things that present you, what's helped you get over these hurdles then? As a young person when you're working, because I'll share this, right? And young people out there, I want you all, if you're listening, turn your radio up for me, come a little bit closer to your screen. You all need to become more resilient. This generation, there seems to be too many of you who are okay with quitting. Don't quit. Persevere, push through. On the other side of that obstacle is a lot of happy memories and moments. So how do you two persevere, push through, and keep it going, right? So we'll start with you. Share with me, Da'Shawn, how do you push through and keep it going and stay focused?
Well, I just think of it as, do I really want to do this, or like, do I want to quit on what I want to do, what I've been dreaming about my whole life?
Okay. So
like, do I want to give up now and be a bum later, or do I just want to keep going and see what God got for me?
Okay.
I'll take that.
You'll take that. You smile. Hey, look, he gave a good answer. You said I ride on that answer right there. Well, you know, and here's the thing, right? Sometimes as young people too. Now I'm going to put something heavy on your shoulders. Coach said what percent of the offense?
82% of scoring.
Look, exact numbers in here. I love it. 82% of the scoring. I'm going to put something on your shoulders in the respect that when you see some of your other classmates and teammates maybe struggling, sometimes you got to be strong for 2 people, right? Sometimes you got to be strong for 3 people. So when one of your buddies is maybe having a down moment, sometimes you got to tap them and say, hey, come on, man. You know what? We gonna get through this together, right? Because on those days when someone needs to lean on you, and this is what sports is all about. Team sports is all about. When someone needs to lean on you, maybe you look up in a couple weeks and you might need to lean on someone else, right? So I like that you all have found a way to persevere, stay focused, and those things. Coach, I'm going to go back to something you shared a moment and almost like intertwined a little story, right? You talked about they love the music, and the music is playing sometimes even during study table, which study table is great. Get in there and get it done. I remember I was talking with some young people, and they were talking about study table, and they said, hey, look, Coach, our bargain with you is, if our grades drop, then you can turn the music off. As long as our grades are right, can we keep the music on, right? And I share that because everyone studies and learns and is different. And so because I can't study with any sound on. I need it to be dead silent. I don't want to hear a pin drop anywhere, right?
Yeah.
But this generation, I think that they have so many audio sensory things around them that they can still focus. So as long as they're getting it done, right, then that's okay.
You would think that. We're a little more draconian than that. When we come into film, we get in the auditorium, you put your phone on the stage.
Oh, love it.
And so
yes,
we're
indeed.
locked in on the screen, and it's a perpetual problem to try to get them to, hey, to stop talking about it, to learn.
Yeah.
Close mouth, open ears. But then we go into study table, it was the same thing. It was, hey, when you come in, put your cell phone up on the table, get in your Chromebook, and let's get to work. And the other thing we've done with study table is to ensure that everybody's on time. Everybody's not present until the last man shows up. So if the last man shows up 13 minutes late, that's 13 extra 100
sprints.
that the team has to run.
100-yard sprint.
We were out there for
love it.
what was our long day? 3,100?
Like 30-something, 30,
Yeah.
31.
So when that last guy, and they're all calling him, you got to get here, you got to get here.
Yeah.
You know, so, but that's just a perpetuation of the culture. If one man fails, we all fail.
That's
one man
right.
jumps off sides, everybody moves back 5 yards.
That's right.
The reality of sports, we're decided to do this community thing together.
Yeah.
And we will succeed or fail by our totality of our effort.
And here's the beauty of what you just shared, right? I'm going to piggyback on two comments. When I was coaching, that was my exact same thing. I'm coaching. I'm talking about now almost 20 some odd years ago, coaching at Walnut Ridge, and our energy was. First off, when we had practice, I'm talking about basketball now. For every minute that somebody was late, but here's the thing, we didn't have the person who was late run. We made them stand there and watch their teammates run. That's what we did. We made them stand there and watch your teammates run, because now you feel it. You sitting here, I'm running up and down the field, and you standing over here watching, right? So we all have to be in this together to make this work, right? And so it wasn't long for us that the lateness just almost disappeared and completely evaporated, because now, and then we went into, we gonna add in if you late to class.
Yeah.
So we started adding that in. So then what happened in the hallways was, as teammates are walking, and you look like you standing there goofing around in the hallway, hey man, come on, I need you to get to class. I'm not trying to run today for you being late to class, right? So all of those cultural things help define a program. It's the little stuff that wins, right, on the field. You all may not see it right now, but I can share with you these life lessons that you're getting an opportunity to be a part of will change you forever. You'll look back on this and you'll say, man, what I would give to be able to run again. You know what I mean? To be able to just get up and down the field and have fun. You need to enjoy it right now. You have this special moment in life, man, where being in high school is a remarkable time in your life. You'll create some of the best memories that you've ever had, right? And so just enjoy it, embrace it, enjoy it. Understand what your goals are individually and as a team. So when coach says, hey, it's time to get into the weight room, don't be shy about it. Be leaders about it. Be one of the first people there and do all of those things to make it work. We're at this point now where we start to wind down. I told you the time would go fast, right? You look up, we talk for a minute, before you know it, 30 minutes is over. And so then, we're towards the end. But before I get into the outro, I love to give everyone an opportunity to just share whatever pops on their mind. So quarterback, we're going to start with you, man. Yeah. No, we're going to start with quarterback. The quarterback's got to be the leader, man. You under snap. I'm giving you the ball. You under snap. I'm starting with you. What do you want to share as we start to get out of here? And it could be whatever pops into your mind, man. If you just want to give a shout out to the team, parents, family, football, a memory that, you might have had a great play this season that you remember. Anything you want to share?
Shout out to the team, always working hard. Shout out to the seniors for sure. AD, Saban, DJ,
Maurice, yeah.
It's tough being a senior, man. Trust me, you're going to be there next year. It's tough, man. It's one of those things that punches you in the gut on that last game. You go, oh man, I don't want it to be over.
Game.
Yeah, you don't want it to be over. So you're giving some teammates some love. Anything else? Any games pop into your mind?
Is
anything?
There any big play that you can think of this year? Dr. Clinton brought up a possible big play.
Shout out Mayor Franklin.
Look at this smile right here.
Yeah, shout out Mayor Franklin.
Shout out Mayor Franklin, them boys.
Yeah, well, and I'll say this, right? Like here's where we continue to have to grow to. Number one, we want everyone to help raise the bar. We want all of our teams in our school system to be, you know what I mean, to be at a competitive nature. We want kids out there having great opportunities wherever you choose to go to school. And so what I always like to share, don't get so deep-hearted into what is considered like a rivalry game that it means more than a game. It's always still a game, right? Those young people over at Marion Franklin, and I know the South and Marion Franklin game means a lot. There's a number of pockets around the city, whether we're talking about Beechcroft and Northland or East and Linden. We have these games that mean a lot to neighborhoods and communities. But I want you all as young people to remember that them is just kids like you over there, getting it in every day, trying to find their space, trying to figure out what's next for them, trying to get out of high school, right? And so sometimes I think your generation, because you all have this social, disposable, game to you hop on there, and a lot of times I think many folks, don't got to be kids right now, many people I think hop on there and they say things on social media that they don't want to say, right? And that filter, like when I grew up, we didn't have these things, so that filter was longer. You go, am I going to do this? And then you kind of realize and rationalize with yourself, this is not an intelligent thing to do, right? But it's fun to beat your neighborhood community rival team. But after the game's over, it was a game. And you know what I mean? And you grow up. And here's the piece, like some of my best friends went to rival schools when I was in high school. And at the time, I wish I had somebody like this as a platform to say to me, like, hey, it still is the game. There's a game that you just played. You don't have a deep hatred for, and I hang out with some of these folks to this day that, like, you know what I mean, we're really good friends. So I want you all to understand that piece of it, right? That the game is still a game. You have fun with it, and then you move on and figure out how you grow and what's next for you. So we'll turn to you, Da'Shawn. What you got here as we start to wind down? Anything you want to share?
No, the only thing I got to say is really shout out to my teammates, you feel me, for making everything happen. My dad, basically my family.
Okay.
Pushing me to be who I am today.
Okay.
Yeah, especially my dad and my brother, Bees.
Okay.
They had like pushed me to be a better football player than what I am. So like work harder from yesterday to today.
Yeah. Hey, a lot of love for the team. Normally I don't always hear the shout out and that energy. I mean, everybody gives
Uncle
the team
Dave.
some love.
Yeah.
Oh, and who else?
Uncle Dave.
Uncle Dave gets some, and Uncle Dave. You out there someplace, Uncle Dave. We got you. Coach, we turning to you, man. Give us what you got here as we start to wind down.
There have been a lot of kind words and a lot of love since Friday. I always tell the guys, maintain a nature of gratefulness, be thankful in victory and defeat. And going to the Marion Franklin thing, I mean, what would it mean if they walked in there 0-8? Like, that's a good football team. Those are good coaches over there. Some guys over there that we like. So it's a bitter rivalry, no doubt about that. We must win the South Side,
right?
And we got the beat Marion Franklin shirts, and it's never far from our mind winning that game. But something I've been sharing with them after games is when you start to celebrate and say something to someone and about someone, let's talk to each other and about each other, because it's never about them, it's about us. We turn the focus inward on us. I'm incredibly thankful. God has been incredibly good to me. Like you said, my family. If you go by South at night, you see the lights on, we're painting the field. My wife's there painting with me, and my kids are running around the track.
Certainly.
But this doesn't happen without a large collective of really special people, and these two guys are a big part of that. But I'm not a genius. There's nothing brilliant about what we do. It's pretty simple theory. And then
get in there and get the work done. Roll your sleeves up.
And get real lucky. Hit a scratch off and get to work with guys like this and coaches like I get to work with, and a great principal and AD. A
good group of people over there going on right now.
It's unreal.
And let me share this, because we got here to the end. And so for all my Buckeye family out there, love all of y'all, right? But I say this about rivalries, and I don't always hear this, but I'm going to give a little bit of a twist for people. I'm not even going to mention South America, but I'm going to give a little bit of a twist for people. I'm a Buckeye football fan, but I actually each week I'm rooting for Michigan. And here's why I'm rooting for Michigan: because I love the game that much that I love it when Michigan comes into the game with a great record. I want it to be a good game. I don't want to watch a game where Ohio State just blows Michigan out. Well, I mean, I do like us to win now, right? Yeah. But I want Michigan to be good when we play them. I want a quality football team to come and compete against Ohio State at the end. The rivalry means something because both teams have high expectations and both teams are competitive, right? And you're at a pretty good space. You get to be a part of something that's really enjoyable when teams have that high of expectation. You want to go into every game, I hope, with the thought of this is a quality opponent that I get a chance to play against today, and that means so much more. I know we didn't get a chance to get into it, but you all had some phenomenal wins this year that equated to some wins that maybe the program hasn't seen in a number of years. We won't get in directly to them. There's a lot of love here for all of our coaches, a lot of love for the teammates. You all were a fun bunch here today. I got to read an outro. We got to start the transition and get out of here. Two dynamite young people. I love the way you said, what'd you say, hit the scratch off lottery?
Yeah, it's
hit the scratch. I mean, hey, sometimes we get lucky as educators and we get blessed to be around young people who help us get better.
Absolutely.
From what I hear, you all, along with your teammates, are helping Coach get better. Continue to understand his vision. He'll help understand yours, and together, all of you will get to where you're trying to get to, is what it sounds like to me.
Absolutely.
Bulldogs in the house, right? So, hey, much respect to you all. Love the Bulldog love. Like I said, I shared some time over on the South Side at South High School and loved every minute of it. I had a blast at South when I was working there. Be sure to catch all future episodes on radio WCBE 90.5 FM. Also, catch us on Spotify, Apple, or the platform you prefer to listen to your favorite podcast. Additionally, follow us on Instagram at City League Sports 614. I am your host, Dr. Vincent Clarino. Bulldogs in the house. We are out of here.